So, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
We're back with our 8th installment of the Manhunt Singapore Alumni Interview Series. And today in the Beam Artists office, we welcome Senior Manhunt Singapore 2000-2001, Kassey Kalleichelven. Did I get that right?
You're right.
And Senior Manhunt 20, Singapore 2014 finalist Jay Devaraj Thevar.
That's me.
Question to Kassey. Welcome back, Kassey. It's been 14 years since you won your Senior Manhunt title back in 2000-2001. How old were you when you joined the competition, and do you still remember why you decided to join back then?
Well, I was in the mid-30s, I think in the 35. That really shows that I'm not young now. Okay. Why I joined the contest? My wife was in the contest in 1999. So 1 year before I joined the contest, so she was like she won a contest, and then someone was like telling me during her contest that I should try it.
And you felt you needed to keep up, right?
No, I wasn't so excited because I didn't want to be judged by anyone. So I said, okay, let me just try it. But I was very skeptical at first, seriously. But my wife motivated me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you kept in touch with any of your fellow finalists from back then?
A couple of them. One of them is Aaron Aziz. The first 5 years we were in touch. After that, we went to Malaysia, and then not so much in touch.
Intermittent.
One more guy, Glenn, another guy from my cohort, year 2000. And yeah, some of them, but on and off.
Okay, thank you. Question for Jay. Before this interview, you mentioned that you were already acquainted with Kassey. How did two of you get to know each other?
Okay, as Kassey mentioned, right, he won the Manhunt in 2000, and it was after that where I got to know Kassey. In 2001, we actually met at this family day event in the zoo organized by Oli.
Okay.
96.8 FM.
In the zoo?
In the zoo.
That was a family event.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I had my family along. Kassey brought his family along. So I still remember the kids were all small and all, right?
Okay. They're not small now.
They're teenagers.
Okay. So you've also been recently featured on the newspaper together with Kassey as well.
Mm-hmm.
So for the benefit of our non-Indian fans out there, could you share with us in brief what the article was about?
Oh, you guys actually let me tell.
Yes, so
this is the article.
Hello.
This is obviously yours sincerely me. Kassey is right at the top. And okay, I can't read clearly about this. Okay, so basically this article, it's about me and Ram Bala, another contestant. My side of the story is it's about my struggles with my weight issues. Okay, when I say weight issues, I don't exactly mean by me being obese and then I try to become slim. Mine was actually extreme of both spectrums, where I was very skinny. When I first met you, I was very skinny. I'm not sure whether you remember it. I was very skinny. So that's where I decided to do something about my weight, according to the article. So I was a skinny boy, and then I kind of bulked up to become presentable because I was teased in school by skinny girls. Imagine skinny girls calling me skinny. Alright? So, and then what happened was I kind of became too ambitious and I overdid it. Along the way, from skinny I became fit, I became muscular, and then muscular I became vessels or vascular, muscles and fats together. That's where I decided to go back to where I was previously, the most presentable shape of my life. And yeah, basically the article is about that.
And what does it say about Kassey?
Kassey, please.
All I knew was that they called me over the phone. They asked me to just give my 2 cents worth of opinion, my tips. What are the tips I can offer to all the contestants? Not only Ram and Jay, all the contestants. Particularly these 2 Indian guys, because the Indian community is getting this news. And I gave my 2 cents worth of opinion, saying that you should be focused.
Okay.
You should be focused, and some other things along the way. Yes.
So, question for Kassey. How do you feel having joined and won Manhunt Singapore title has made a positive impact on your life? Has it made an impact?
In fact, to be very honest with you, it has not only made a positive impact, it's extremely positive. In fact, in my life, my career, in my family, the community at large, because it has forced me to look good, build up my confidence, and everywhere I go, because of the title, I got uphold it, because I'm a winner. To be a winner, and especially being an Indian, because I was the first Indian to have won the Manhunt Singapore until now. Hope someone else will win. So it's very, very tough for me to uphold this title till now, 14 years. And the first 5 years was even tougher because the media, especially, those days we don't have social networks, so the media, like I was featured in almost every media, like Her, Women's Weekly, Tamil News, all those medias, Straits Times, Washington, Challenge Asia. It was tough for me to juggle that, but it was very positive. But I think the positive impact was also because of my attitude, because I want to use it for my benefit, so I want to improve myself. So it has also affected my career. I've boosted my career in a different direction too. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't just a huge impact for you and your family, but also for the Indian community at large.
I'm not the one to say that. I can't say that.
But it did make waves.
Yes, it does.
Do you still get recognized now, once in a while?
What do you think, Jay?
Like I said, when I met you in 2001, those biceps inspired me.
I still judge beauty pageant in Washington. Every year, minimum at least 3 to 4. I just judged one last week.
Nice work if you can get it.
Sorry?
Nice work if you can get it.
Yeah. So I'm very actively involved in pageants now. Though I don't join contests, I don't have to. It's like Miss Universe, Miss World. When you win one, you have to uphold it. You don't have to join a second one. So I'm still involved in pageants.
Okay. A question for Jay. What about you? In the course of the last 7 months or so, how has making it as a Senior Manhunt Singapore finalist impacted your life?
Well, like what Kassey said, for me it has been extremely positive. Firstly, I met a lot of friends and acquaintances via this pageant. And my fellow contestants and I, we have been growing together throughout this pageant. I'm actually quite confident to say that me and the other contestants, we have actually come to a stage where they're actually good friends with my wife. We all hang out together, we crack jokes, we have a meal here and there, we go for desserts and all that. So, yeah. Apart from that, I would have to say that through this pageant, I've actually established a lot of connections, which is actually quite beneficial for me in terms of business opportunities in the fitness, modeling and entertainment industry. So currently right now what's happening is I'm actually just waiting to see which are the best options for me and Fitness 365, which is a company that I founded in 2009. So yeah.
Okay. So, question for Kassey. Aside from winning Senior Manhunt 2000-2001, you've also won numerous awards such as LTA's Excellence Service Awards Star, winning it twice in 2005 and 2008 respectively, and the National Courtesy Transport Gold Awards 2001 and 2007. Did it feel any different winning on the pageant platform as compared to your service industry awards?
Well, it's a very tough question because there wasn't a competition. It was selected by a panel. While you're on duty, you're working. I was in SMRT at the time and I won all those national titles. The Manhunt contest is a competition where you put both your feet inside to join and to do well. So obviously winning both awards are different in different feeling, different ways of looking at it, but both are of great value to me.
Okay. So now you've also started your own company, Image Consultancy. Could you tell us more about that and what made you decide to take the plunge into business entrepreneurship?
I immediately when I won the Manhunt, the first 6 months, I had a lot of calls from CCs, especially from CCs, community centers, calling me to conduct some workshops, grooming workshops and so on. And I did it on a social basis. You know, I wasn't. You see, when you do on a social basis, it's very effective. But people come to you and they want to listen. When you start a business, it's different because you are charging them a fee and you have to do some marketing and so on. So I took it very lightly, and I go on. After 5 or 6 years, I told myself that okay, since there's demand, I have some market value in order to do something. So I started a training company, Kassey Training Consultancy. It's a private limited company. And I concentrate on corporate training and fitness training too. And it is just another arm. Well, my main profession is still as a lecturer.
Okay.
That's where my PhD, and that's where my main income is actually.
Okay, so would you tell us very briefly what you've been up to since you won?
Sorry, can you
Would you tell us very briefly what you've been up to since you won your title?
Okay, that was in 2000. In 2000, then I was in Germany for another contest for Mr. Intercontinental.
Wow.
That was in 2001, in fact. And I was there for about 1.5 months for the contest, and I came back. I was offered a small contract in Germany, and I couldn't take up because of my full-time job in SMRT. And I came back, and I was still very working for SMRT. I pursued my studies. I finished my master's, and I finished my home master's, and I finished my PhD, and I wanted to do something different. And I started my consultancy company and do some freelance teaching. At the same time, I do a lot of pageant judging of sitting in a lot of panels, video pageant panels, and so on. That's what I do. I do things which excite me, interest me, because it's passion. When you have passion, you do very well in many things.
Okay. So over the years, besides being models, hosts, and actors, many of our Manhunt alumni have gone on to successful careers in all sorts of fields. And in your case, business, entrepreneurship, and customer service. Would you say Manhunt Singapore is a great stepping stone toward greater things with lots of possibilities, not just entertainment, as many think?
I think it is great. It depends on the individual, and depends on their personality and the character. If you know how to use it for a good cause, it all depends on the individual, seriously. But it is definitely a big advantage having a title to be a winner. And it got to be you, because there are a lot of people, a lot of winners I know over the years, 14 years, won the title like me, and do not know how to handle fame. If you do not know how to handle fame, it's a downfall. Because people will look at it very negatively, because you forget the past, you forget all your old friends, and then you're moving forward in a different angle. So it is perfectly individual. You must have the right mentality and attitude. I think you can use the Manhunt title for a big advantage to you, like what I benefited. I'm still benefiting it. I have not stopped yet. Really benefiting.
14 years on.
Yep.
Okay. So a question for both of you. There's a saying that behind every successful man, there is a great woman. And in both your cases, not only do you have great but gorgeous women. Tell us a bit more about your wives. For Kassey, Mrs. Singapore Globe 1999, Santi Nagapan, and for Jay, your lovely wife Mohana. And how supportive and important have they both been in your lives?
My wife wasn't so excited in all this. To her, this is all not her forte. And in 1999, by chance, I saw this ad in the Motherhood magazine, and I enrolled her. She didn't know that I enrolled her, and she went inside. She was forced to participate. I was pushing her all the way, and then finally, somehow or other, she won. And then after that was history. And she, in return, supported me, and she told me, now it's your turn, you go for it, I'll be behind you, and so on. So it's a kind of fun kind of thing we enjoyed, and then we were quite lucky. She won, and I won. Something you need now. Because the criteria is amazing. It is not just looks. I will tell you later what to look for as a contestant, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, for me, my missus actually knew that I was toying around with the idea of joining this pageant for years, but I just didn't have the confidence, because all the guys, they were really in top-notch shape and they had the looks and features. Then she somehow managed to get rid of the fear in me, and I thought, you know what, let's just take part. Let's just try and see where this brings me. And here I am. Like what Edward say, behind every successful man there's actually a woman. There's also another saying, if you get brains, you might not be getting beauty, and if there's beauty, there might not be brain. But in my case, I would say I have gotten the best of both worlds. My missus, she's not only gorgeous, she's also very intelligent. She's my best advisor so far. Whenever I need some form of advice or feedback, I'll go to her, and she gives me the best absolute advice in the most honest way possible. She doesn't sugarcoat her words, she doesn't beat around the bush, she just gives it to me straight to the point, which is what I want. And being important, I would say that she's the most important person in my life right now, because when she has a very bad day at work, no matter how bad it is, she never fails to put a smile on my face before I go to bed. And to put things short, I would say she's my life support.
So, with such good looks between both you and your wives, we're sure you'll have gorgeous kids too. How do you feel if your kids grew up and wanted to join pageants such as Manhunt and perhaps join the modeling and entertainment industries?
Well, Jay, all yours.
Okay. First of all, when I'm going to have kids and they express their interest in joining any form of competitions or pageants or even the entertainment industry, me and my missus will not stop them. Reason being, I myself am in the pageant right now. So, yeah. But above all this, we will put our priority on their studies first. We'll make sure that they get their studies cleared, and then from there, if they want to pursue their passion and interest, we'll give them our absolute best as parents.
No, I totally agree with Jay. Jay is predicting the future because he don't have any kids yet. I have two. And,
how old are they?
Yeah,
and they're my friends, by the way.
My daughter is 23 and my son is 19. So having a teenage kid like that, more than teenage in fact, if they come to me and they want to join a pageant, which I don't think they will, I don't think they're excited, I will definitely encourage them what Jay just said. But this just interest and hobby. This kind of interest, some like, some may not like it. So we can't impose and force our kids. You must. Father is a Manhunt holder. You must join. Your mom is a Mrs. Singapore. You must. No, you can't do that. It is wrong. I think it's very silly and it's wrong. Right?
I agree.
Yeah. If they come forward, yes, by all means, we support.
But if they do, they will have very big guns behind them.
Because I have Jonathan and Edward to support them.
Okay. So now.
And Jay.
Thank you.
Now, Manhunt India, Miss Universe and Miss World have been known to kickstart the careers of Bollywood superstars such as John Abraham, Dino Morea, Aishwarya Rai and Priyanka Chopra. We're sure there is no shortage of handsome and talented Indian heartthrobs on our island as well. So in your opinion, how do you think we can discover the next big global Indian star via Manhunt Singapore? Can we do this?
Seems like there's a hint going on somewhere. Okay, from the time Manhunt started till now, there have been a number of Indians taking part. In fact, we even have an Indian winner here. And what I would say would be, should production houses and media houses come forward to actually recruit talents from the Manhunt competition, I feel that they will not be shortchanged. They will be having quite a big bargain. So let me quote one good example. Aaron Aziz, he's a minority. He got runner-up, right? And what happened was he did a role on TV on Channel 5 called Heartlanders. This was some years back. He became an overnight sensation. And then what happened was he went over to Malaysia, he did a few roles, and bam, he became a sensation down there too. And he actually won a few awards from what I understand. What's interesting about this is that he was actually competing against other locals in that award that he was nominated for. And he beat all those locals. To Aaron, I'm proud of you, buddy. Keep up the good work. And hopefully we'll do some roles together. Okay.
Yeah. I totally agree with Jay. There are better talent in this country too. Good-looking guys and so on. But this is a very small country. The market is not so big. So to focus for parents to advocate and say, look, passion is where the money is, and go for it. No one will groom and push them in this direction unless if they get some interest and come along the way. After saying that, there will be some who are very excited. We should bless them because there are enough talent, but the market is not big enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you go across to Malaysia or India or even Indonesia.
Which is why I said next global Indian superstar.
Global Indian superstar, if you Albert or Jonathan organize one, then we can recruit globally.
Okay, I'm going to ask a slightly sensitive question.
Sure.
Since you mentioned minorities,
Right.
do you feel that for anyone out there who is from a racial minority thinking of joining Manhunt, do you think they should just not care about it and just go ahead, have fun, because you never know what comes up, rather than focusing on the racial factor?
I will answer that, but let Jay answer it. Give his opinion first.
Gosh, okay. I would say to all the minorities out there, don't let the color of your skin be a factor in you wanting to join this competition. Color does not affect your confidence, right? Your confidence is the one that shows people whether you are a winner or not, right? Let me give a very good example. If color was a factor, right, we wouldn't have a winner down here.
Okay.
And another thing is, after Dr. Casey won the competition, right, he didn't stop there for him. He went on to greener pastures, and you are where you are right now. So I would say that minorities, after winning, that's not the end for them. He'll go on to bigger things. And a good example is Dr. Casey over here.
Thank you, Jay. Okay, let me just give my 2 cents worth on this question. You were saying that a minority may have a setback, a little bit of setback. I think statistics have proven that a minority has a little bit of setback. It's not because they don't like the skin color. It's because of the market condition, demand and supply, that kind of stuff. Because when you pick a winner, there are many other reasons, other factors. This is a business. This is not a non-charitable organization. This is a business, profitable organization. So obviously they want to use the winner to market. To among the Mediacorp television, Channel 8 is bigger than Channel 5. I mean, that speaks volume. How can you use a local minority guy? I'm talking about from business sense. You ask me a sensitive question, let me just tell you, it is not right or wrong. It is from a business perspective, it makes sense. But I'll be contradicting if I say that that should be the right way to do, because if you have a panel of judges. I won, I was lucky, because I didn't give any room for the judges to say that you are not good enough. Because I know I have to go up to top 5, but I know that the Q&A is where I'm going to nail it, and I really nailed it. So you see, you got to prepare yourself. Like what Jay said, don't look at the cover, don't think that you're a minority. If you are a minority, work harder. Put extra 20%, 50%, that's what Jay is doing. Then you're there, you're coming at par. I mean, you must understand the bigger picture. You can't just minority at all the time. You go inside and try it. Give it a try.
So you tell all our minority fans out there, give it a shot.
I think they should. You see, we all are Singaporeans. We are Singaporeans. This is not a Chinese contest. This is a national contest.
Exactly.
The Singaporeans. We have a national Singapore culture. Of course, we have Malay, Chinese, Indian culture, but we are Singaporeans. Come on, damn it. When I went to Germany, when I stand there, when I say I'm from Singapore, they thought it's from Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, different color. I said Singapore is not in Hong Kong. Singapore is an old country. So we need to show the world that it's a multiracial society. We need to also pick some winners who are non-Chinese. I hope so this year.
Question for Jay. Before becoming a finalist on Senior Manhunt Singapore 2014, your achievements included awards from Pesta Sukan 2002 and NUS Muscle and Fitness War 2003.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Well, hello there. So tell us more about that.
Okay, the body, the hair, or the bronze stand.
I think tell us about the whole bodybuilding thing.
Okay, basically this picture was taken on Pesta Sukan 2002, and the one on the right was taken in NUS 2003. So as you can see, there's actually quite a bit of difference apart from the hair and the color. Alright? Okay, let me get onto this. So basically what happened was, like I mentioned earlier on, I was actually a skinny boy, so I actually wanted to bulk up, right? So when I bulked up, I actually wanted to get recognition for my efforts. So I thought about it and I decided, what is the best way to to actually get recognition for my efforts. A bodybuilding contest, of course. So I took part in the Pesta Sukan 2002. I believe it was the bantamweight category, which was 65 kg and below. And I won second place. The guy who won first, I still remember his name, it was Sean Ng. He won first. Very good physique, I would have to say. He nailed it fair and square. Alright? And then in the following year, I took part in another bodybuilding competition, which is called the NUS Muscle and Fitness War. Right? I won second place again. Right? But the guy who actually won me was actually a veteran, like many years older than me, with much more years of experience. So I would say that I did my best, and it was a fair judgment. What was my biggest achievement was that the guy that I lost up to in Pesta Sukan, Sean Ng, I actually won him in muscle walk. Right? No disrespect to Sean Ng, of course. In fact, I would have to thank him for this, because if not for him, I would not have pushed myself to that extent to prepare for Muscle War 2003. So, Sean Ng, wherever you are, a very good. I owe you one, right? Yeah. So that's about it.
So Jay, imagine you're on a reality TV series looking for the next great Bollywood star, and you're given 1 minute to 30 seconds for your audition introduction in front of the judges. How would you introduce yourself in Tamil, please, to leave a great lasting impression? Your time starts now.
In Tamil, okay. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம், என் பெயர் ஜெய் தேவர். நான் இந்த வருடம் மேன்ஹான் ஆனால்கள் போட்டியில் ஃபைனலிஸ்டாக இருக்கிறேன். உங்களுடைய ஆறுதல் எனக்கு மிக முக்கியம். வந்து சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்க. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Next question for Kassey.
Yep.
What tips would you offer to Jay on pursuing his ambitions past Senior Manhunt Singapore?
Well, let me rephrase your question. Instead of just Jay, it's across everyone, all contestants in the final. Because what I'm going to say is, it can't be only for Jay. Because Jay has prepared himself very well. He looks very good. He's good looking. He has nice physique. I think he's really physically. But what I'm going to say is that it's something much more important for all contestants. Because generally, all contestants need to know what are the criteria that the judges are looking for. Because you have to work towards what the judges are looking at. It's not just look. Looks are just one of the criteria. Good looks, nice muscles. Okay, there are many other things like presentation, attitude. Because these are things where it's qualitative, it's not easy to measure for the judges. So if you don't have the right attitude throughout the contest, not only the final day, throughout the contest, then I'm very sure, I'm not very sure this year what is going to be the main criteria, I'm not part of it, but I can tell you from my experience that the organizers, the people around, the choreographers, everyone involved in the contest will give feedback to organizers, because attitude is very important. Because if you don't have the right attitude in any area of work or home or anywhere, you need right attitude. If you have right attitude, you will be a champion. So that is another criteria that the contestant needs to know. So if you want to win, don't just look at the looks and your muscles, look at the attitude. Be a team player. Because if you are not a team player, how am I going to send you to another country to represent Singapore? You have embarrassed the country. So there are a lot of things that you must understand the bigger picture as contestants, not just your looks and your muscles. If you think that is our two main criteria, I think you will not win. It's not only for Jay, it's for every contestant. My experience, I'm telling you, if you don't do that, you are a loser. You waste your time and become a sore loser and tell that the organizers are not fair, they're kilo, the judges are not fair. Come on, that is not. You should do your homework if you want to win. I know what I've done to won the title, so I'm telling you guys, go on attitude and presentation and be a team player. Thank you.
Could you tell us what were the rounds you had to go through? Or the auditions, heats, semi-finals, finals, and all other rounds as well?
Prior to the audition, I went to photograph, submitting a photograph, a portfolio, and audition, of course, and all the hits. I think I had about 4 hits. And then the quarterfinals, semi-finals.
4 hits?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we have a lot of sponsors those days. A lot of sponsors, because it was relatively very popular. Manhunt was very popular contest. We only one main male contest. So in the 90s and the 2000s was very hit. So a lot of sponsors came by, and then it was in a big scale too. So all the hits, then pre-judging, then we had a talent round, and then content finals.
Okay. What were the official photo shoots like back then? Can you,
Oh, this is horrible.
well, go on. Let us have.
This was prior to me winning. That was
Okay. Let the fans have a look.
Okay. So sorry, what was the question?
So, what was the official photo shoot like back then?
We visited a swimming pool, hotels, even parks, beaches, MRT station.
Oh.
Yeah. I was in fact posing in the MRT station at the platform for a newspaper.
So what was
with
this?
my swimming trunk. Really, it was a full page, front page newspaper.
Wow. In the MRT station.
In the MRT station, one is my full uniform as MRT manager's uniform, and one is something like that with leopard underwear. So we did a lot of. There was a lot of media coverage, my year especially, and yes.
Okay.
It was tough.
Do you remember what promotional events or workshops you and your fellow finalists attend?
Yeah, we visited a lot of old folks home, Cancer Society, I think, and I can't really remember where exactly, but we visited 1 or 2 social welfare, old folks home.
So it wasn't just glamorous events?
No, it was tough. Preparing myself and doing the charity.
And did you guys get points and get graded on these things?
Yes. I don't know how they give the point, but I think
but
so.
To some extent there was.
Yes, there was. I think so.
Okay. Can you remember what some of your sponsors were back then?
We really remember Prestige. Prestige is in Upper Thompson Shopping Center. Is the lady's gown. This shop where the wedding gown. She was doing gown, but she also supplies suit, men's suit, tuxedo, and so on. Prestige. I don't know if it's still around. There was one, and then the men's boards. Really? Boards.
Yes. Yeah.
Boards was there. They were one of our main sponsors. And let me see. One paint. I can't remember. One paint company.
Dulux.
No, the older one.
ICI.
No.
Anyway.
Some con. I don't remember. Con or something.
Okay. So tell us about the finals night. Do you remember any interesting or amusing anecdotes?
I can remember only one thing very clearly is that we were there at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and we start walking out at 12:30 past midnight. We were there, we were rehearsing, and we were waiting for the fans. It was Wednesday night, ladies' night. It was at East Coast Europa. Coverage, live coverage, TV crew, all the media were there, and they refused to start past midnight. Then they started.
What time was it supposed to start?
I don't know. We were there at 3 p.m. and then it was delayed. They wanted all the girls to be drunk, maybe, I don't know. It was something which I will not forget, seriously. We were G-string and we were coming out at 12:30, and then we were like, it's a beach sand. The dance floor was all sand. They used sand, they sand out the whole place. East Coast Europa, it's not there anymore. And it was like, all them were just high. And the worst thing is that my family members were there, my sister, and I felt a little bit odd.
Okay, do you remember what prizes you won?
Yes. Cash in kind, 5,000 with a big trophy, flowers, and so on. Yeah.
Okay. Do you still have any of those? Do you still have your trophy? And
yes, I do.
Any watches or whatever stuff like that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have some gym membership, a lot of sponsors. membership in kind. Yeah, it's like quite a lot.
Okay. Kassey, the Q&A session is often the most feared segment of the competition by finalists.
Right.
How did you prepare yourself back then?
I think this is the most important part of the segment for contestants. So no matter how clever you are, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how highly educated you are, if you do not know how to handle pressure, because you have only a couple of seconds, maybe about 5 to 8 seconds to answer. So my tips to all the contestants is this: try to process the question faster. If you're not so sure, don't open your mouth yet. Ask the MC to repeat the question just to buy time, but actually you are processing. Okay, that's just one thing.
How many times can they ask?
One time the most. If not, you don't look good.
Okay.
The judges are not stupid. The judges know, right? So that if you can, don't do that. If you have no choice, please do that. And if you ask this question, ask slowly. Excuse me, do you mind? Can you please repeat? So you process it. So you have another 10 seconds with you. So no, I'm just giving some tips. So, and when you answer, please answer short, sharp, and simple. The max should be 10 words in one sentence. That's it. You answer. Probably I can share my question when you asked me. This is exactly what you asked me. Kassey, what makes a winner or a champion, and do you have the qualities to be a winner or a champion? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, my answer was this. Winning is always inside me. People around me can't make me a winner. It must come within me, and I am always a winner in that sense. Thank you. So, something like that, just short, sharp, and if you add this to the contestant, and if the judges happen to ask this question for some reason, it's bingo.
Okay. Any other Q&A tips you would offer to a finalist?
Yeah, I think if you're nervous, you'll be nervous when you're standing there at top 5. Play with your toes, because you'll be cramped up. Your toes, no one can see because you're wearing a shoe. You'll be wearing a suit, I'm sure, during that Q&A. Play with your toes, relax. So prior to that, you can exercise your mouth. Open. Exercise, very important, these muscles. If once it's locked, it's finished. It's so difficult. If you think that you are good at home practicing, that's not enough. So you have to play the reverse psychology, cycle yourself. Tell yourself that I want to be cool, I want to win. So another thing is that, you see, you have put so much effort, give your best shot. You cannot go there to win. If you go there to win, you will not win. I know I'm contradicting, but this is what exactly I did. I want to give my best, but I never thought of winning. I never imagined. But there's someone who triggered me to do better. Someone told me during that contest, halfway through, I'm already in the finals, and someone just passed a remark saying that, Kassey, I think you stand a very good chance, but unfortunately, I don't think you'll win. I said, is it? I said, why? Oh, because Indians very difficult to win. In the history of manhunt, no Indian have won. So I think you'll be quite disappointed. I said, okay. I didn't say anything. I went back, I told my wife, and I told my wife that I will give my best. I am going to give my best. Actually, I didn't give my best yet at that juncture. That guy triggered me off. I said, I'm going to give my best. I will give 200% this time. And if I give 200%, if I don't win, it's their loss. And that was the attitude I had. And I went. Okay, one of the things that I did was amazingly what was, I was a fantastic team player. I socialized very well. Not only with my fellow contestants, with everyone. I wasn't carrying anyone's ass, but I socialized very well, which I think contestants should do that. If you think high and mighty about yourself, you will lose out. You must be a team player, you must socialize well, you must show that you can represent Singapore. You represent the country. You're not an individual, you represent the country. So that's very important, I thought. So the rest was history. Because I knew my strength was in Q&A. I know that the guys standing beside me, before them, they were equally good looking or better looking than me. And Nazim was good looking. I mean, I'm sure you agree with me. He was good looking. But Q&A is different. So this is a major problem for contestants. When you reach that level, top 5, top 3, you may have a small setback if you're not prepared psychologically.
Okay, thank you. So, on a concluding note to Jay, what would you like to say to all your fans out there?
Okay, to all my friends out there, so far, whatever love and support you guys have showed me, I'm extremely overwhelmed. I knew I was going to get support, but not to this extent. I'm greatly humbled by all of this love that I'm being showered upon right now. So whatever you guys are doing right now, keep showing it. I appreciate whatever is coming right now, and I'll see you guys at the final, and not just at the finals, but I'll give you the best that Jay has ever given.
11 September.
11th of September. See you guys there.